Hey, what's up, everyone? It's RC Poetic Soul, and this is going to be a very, very difficult video. Um, yeah, I wanted to kill a radio first, turn that off, and I did. So I wanted to show you guys this picture right here on my iPad before I get started. See that? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I got too many photos up at once. Okay. So you guys see this right here? I'm pretty sure you guys may have heard of that or saw that by now. There's a reflection that you might see in the background, but in any case, you should be able to see at least some remnants of, or at least partial fragments of Botham or Botham Jeans. I'm not sure which one it is, Botham or Botham, but Botham Jeans. We'll go with Botham. Botham Jean, John, or Botham Johns. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. But Botham John's brother, Brandt John, was seen hugging and embracing Amber Guyger, his murderer, of his brother's murderer, in the courtroom after given permission to do so by the judge. And it's not just the fact that he asked for a hug, and I'm not shaming or throwing shade at anyone here, because I'm still trying to make sense of this, and I may never make sense of this ever. But he asked for permission, if possible, to hug and embrace with Amber. And I know there should be absolutely no sympathy for a murderer. I watched tons and tons of documentaries. I've watched so many different crime profiling shows. I've also, unfortunately, have, been part of some very troubling situations, and only through observation, but never have I ever felt that there should be sympathy for a murderer at all. And so what we have here is a guy who believes in the redemptive process, that if she truly goes and seek God is that possibly all should be forgiven. But he actually said, "I forgive you," right then and there. He told her on the stand, and I wonder why he even took that approach to begin with. It's a lot that I just need to fill in here. Like I said, I'm just really kind of blown away and taken aback by this. To share a little bit of my views with you guys, I personally feel like that Amber, and here's where things might get a little bit thrown off a little bit in this video, but I feel like we just don't know what occurred. We know, this is what we do know. We do know that she shot this man down in cold blood, under the alleged assumption that she was in the wrong apartment. We do know that she was having a affair with a married man. She showed remorse on the stand. Now be though as it may, some say that it was crocodile tears, and I'm not going to go into that. But what I will say, guys, is that I feel like that Christ was in this young kid's heart to forgive, because it's what we're supposed to do. We missing the bigger picture, the silver lining in the sky. through all this bad news because nobody wants to lose their brother, mother, husband, sister, or wife in a senseless act of violence. But we are supposed to forgive, but I just don't think that you're supposed to, if you can forgive. Some people just can't. There's cases where people have lost their loved ones and they will be bitter until the day that they die because they know that they'll never ever have the fulfillment of that family individual back in their lives again in a physical sense. And so I just feel like I'm not going to use the word coon. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use that word, but what I will say is that he was so quick to forgive her, and I just wonder, would he forgive her indeed if she's his own race? If that sounds right, I would assume, we all would assume that he would, because what I'm really saying is, would he be so forgiving if the woman was not, Caucasian? And I don't know. And I'm not trying to play up the race card here, but it's evident that he embraced her, told her he loves her. Everybody in the courtroom basically loved her. I know that the mother rejoiced, giving great thanks to God. But that was before she knew it was going to be just a 10-year sentence. It was only 10 years, and with good behavior, she'll be out in 4 or 5, possibly somewhere between 5 and 6. The judge was crying. I don't think the judge wanted to do this. If it was an accident, truly an accident, and I don't know how I feel. I'm kind of scaling the fence because the first thing that people want to do is spew hatred at others. Jail is a place that nobody should go unless they are somebody who is a threat to society, true menace to society, psychopath in society, and they need to be removed, and they cannot live amongst humanity. And I don't feel like she would just set out to take another human being's life. I do think she was quick to use the trigger, pull the trigger, should I say. I've heard a lot personally that woman officers tend to fire their guns quicker than a male. They know that, possibly with their stature, physical stature, that if an altercation should ensue, that maybe they wouldn't come out on the right end of that. I don't know. I was not there. They were the only two that were there, and I would say that if Botham Jean was my brother, I would harbor resentment, but I would also not spew hatred, and that in return would probably say that I would be so indifferent to it. Like, I would feel a way, definitely, but I would not go to the point where I was willing to offer to accept her apologies, to feel sorry for her. It's even come out now that allegedly the dead said that he would like to be her friend. Look, long story short, guys, Amber Guyger, I don't know her, and I don't know Botham Jean or his brother either, so it's hard for me to pass judgment on people I don't know. But 10 years, if she serves 80% of it, to me, for her to miss a decade is not a bad punishment. Yes, I hear people that say 25, give her 30, give her 20, give her life. Look, jail, there's no rehabilitation from jail. So if she's gonna learn a lesson and turn her life over to God, allow it to happen. I heard that she was a racist. I heard that she was a bad person. I'm sorry that Botham Jean is gone. I am terribly sorry. And him being a member of Church of Christ, although I'm not, is really, really, really just tragic, because that's great church right there, from me to you, in my opinion. But it's tragic. His life will never come back. And I know that 10 years is probably not worth the punishment, but being in jail forever is a slow death, and it would be like a death for her too. So I want nothing more than for just to see that somebody's life is spared if they are willing to, come to God, become a better person, and hopefully the family has some sense of closure, although I don't know if they quite got it, because they really probably did not receive closure, just being honest, not with 10 years. But hey, it's something, and we all should be forgiven like this boy. I think it's amazing, but it's also shocking. God's probably going to do good things for him. And that's how I feel. I mean, because he is a very forgiving person, where nobody else in the world probably could ever forgive a situation like that. And it's tragic all the way around. So, end of the day, it sucks for both sides, but it's life. So I'll continue to watch this story, but I am going to say that what he did was very commendable, although extremely shocking and appalling at the same time. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. I'm out, guys.